Hi everyone, I'm Nirisha, Assistant Professor in the Department of CSIT working in MLR Institutions of Technology. Today we are going to discuss about pointers in C programming language. So coming to the overview, we are going to discuss about what is a pointer and also the advantages of the pointer, what is a void pointer, what is a double pointer, and next how we can assign a pointer to an array. So coming to a pointer. So pointers in C programming language, we use normal variables to store the data values. When we declare a variable, the compiler allocates required memory with specified name. The C programming language, every program has a name, data type, value, storage classes, and also the addresses. A pointer is defined as it is a special type of a variable used to store memory locations and memory addresses of a variable. Memory locations or memory addresses of a variable. So it is a special variable. So normal variable is different from a pointer variable. In normal variables, the values will be stored. Coming to the pointer variables, the address of that particular value will be stored. And how to declare a pointer? As we know, whatever the new concept we are going to learn, we need to declare it first. We have declared a variables, we have declared array, we have declared functions, and also coming to the pointers also we need to declare it. Then only we can make a use of a pointer variables. So in a C programming language, declaration of a pointer variable is similar to the creation of the normal variable, but the name is prefixed with this star symbol. So this is the following syntax. The data type and the name, pointer name or the variable name we can also tell. But before this pointer name, we are using the asterisk, that is the star, to tell that it is a pointer variable. So that is the difference between normal variable and pointer variables. See, normal variables are declared by using int x. And coming to the pointer variables, the data type is int and the variable name is p consider, and before this p we are using it as star. So by using this star we are telling it is a pointer variable and this is a normal variable. In this values are stored and in this address of that another integer value is stored. So coming to the example, see, data type is int and ptr is my pointer variable name and star asterisk. Before this variable name we have an asterisk. So it is to identify that it is a pointer variable. And in the above example, ptr is a pointer variable name that is used to store any integer variable address because it was declared by using an integer data type. So we can store only the integer address. And accessing of a variable using the pointers. So pointer variables are used to store the address of the another variable. The AND operator returns the memory address of the variable on which it is operated. This is called as referencing. And referencing one address, and that address is storing in a pointer variable. And star operator is called as an indication operation or else dereferencing operator. By using that star operator, we can dereference that. So the value that is present inside the address location we can find by using the star operator. So it displays the star operator displays the contents of the pointer variable. The AND operator will tell about the address of that particular variable and star operator will display the contents of the pointer variable that what we have in which we have stored. And coming to the one example program, hash include stdio.h as my the easy header file. So we are using all input and output functions. And next is a main function. And here we have declared one a variable and we have assigned the value as 10 to that a variable and also a pointer variable, that is the name of the pointer is ptr. So how we can identify? Because we have a star before this. So for that we can identify the pointer variable. And to this pointer variable we are storing the addresses of the another variable. So as we discussed, we can store only the integer address to the integer pointer variables. So int a, and also we have declared the pointer variables is also of integer data type. So the address of a we are passing to the pointer ptr variable. So as we discussed, it is pointer variables are used to store the address of the another variables. So address of a we are assigning to the pointer variable. And see, by using this printf statement, we are printing the value of variable a. And a you are printing. So what is the value of a? That is 10. The 10 will be displayed over here by using the first printf statement. And then next is value of variable a. So we can also display the value of a by using a pointer variable by using the star operator. So star PTR. So see here we have given in PTR we have address of a. So consider for an example a, when we declare a, for a the value of a is 10, and consider the address of that is, so this is the address location where that a value is stored, that is the 10 value is stored. And we have one more pointer variable. So for this PTR also some memory will get allocated. Consider that 6, 4, 8, 7, 5, 7, 6. Right. So in this PTR, what we are storing? We are storing the address of it. What is the address of it? This value. So this value is 6487572. Value is stored in the PTR variable. So because as we given the instruction, the next instruction we have given, we are asking to store the address of the a variable in the pointer variables. So that is the reason why we are storing the address in this pointer variables. By using this address operator, address is this and is nothing but an address operator. This address of a is the this value. This is the variable name. A is the variable name and 10 is the value of that variable, and this is the address of A, in which our 10 is stored. And in the same way, PTR is the variable name and this is the value that is present in that particular variable, that is present in that PTR. And the next, this is the address of that PTR where our value is stored, that particular address we are using it. And here what we have, this is a star PTR. So PTR value is 6, 4, 8, 7, 5 and 7, 2. So before this we have one star. So by using the star, as we discussed here, by using the star we can display the contents of the pointer variables. So what are the value that is present in this particular address location? So this address location, this is the address location and the value that is present in this address location is 10. So by using the star we'll get the value that is present in this particular address location. So the value of this will be equals to 10. So star PTR is equals to this one and that value is equals to 10. So that is the reason why the 10 value will get displayed over here in the second printf statement. And the next I see we are printing the value of a by using this. So here we are printing the value of a and here what we have star and address of a. So here what is the address of a? Address of a is this one. So 6487572 is my address. And before this what I have, before this address operator what I have a star. So by using the star, what will get? The value that is present inside this address location. The value that is present is 10. So the value of this is 10. So that is the reason why in the next printf statement also will get the value is equals to 10. And the next is by using printf statement we are printing the address of variable of e. So to this, by using this PTR value, to this PTR value what we have assigned? We have assigned the address of e. So address of a is this one. So that one we have stored in this PTR variable. So that value will get displayed in the next printf statement. And the next in the other way also we can display that address by using address of a. Address of a is this one, as we discussed. So in the next printf statement we will get the value, we will get the address of that particular a variable. And also if you want to find the address of the PTR variable, you can also print that PTR variable address by using the printf statement, so that you will get the address of this PTR variable. The address of this PTR variable is this one. So consider these addresses are not same. So some variables will have some memory addresses. So when I execute this, I got this addresses, this address of for the A. So the variables might vary for that memory addresses. So the next one is advantages of a pointer variables. So before going to advantages of a pointer variables, we need to clarify one point. That is the data type of a pointer variable and a variable whose address it will store must be of same type. This is one of the important point that you need to note. So for example, see here. Here using the integer data type x is equals to 10 and star p. And the next is float y is equals to 4.7 and star q. This pointer variable I have declared of integer type and this q pointer variable I have declared of float data type. And here we are using p is equals to address of y, q is equals to address of x. Which means address of y, this y is of what data type? It is a float data type. So float data type we cannot store in the integer pointer variables. And here also the same. Integer data type address we cannot store in the float data type pointer variables. So for suppose if it is p is equals to address of x and q is equals to address of y, then these both statements are legal. So because the integer pointer we are storing in the integer address we are storing in the integer pointer and float variable address we are storing in the float pointer variables. So these are true, but these both are not a valid statements. So the point is the variable whose address it will store must be of same data type. The value of address must be of same data type and also the pointer variable that you have created also must be of the same data type. Next, coming to the advantages of the pointers, the pointer enables us to access the variable that is defined outside the function. So as we seen in the call by reference. So whatever the changes we have made in the function, in the user defined function, that are getting reflected back in the main function. So that can be done by using that pointers concept. And pointers are more efficient in handling data tables. We can handle the data tables very easily by using this pointer concept. And it reduces the strength and the complexity of the program and they increases the execution speed. Because we are directly accessing on the memory addresses instead of on the values, we are directly accessing on the memory address. That is the reason why the execution speed is more. In C programming language, pointer to void is a concept of defining a pointer variable that is independent of the data type. So in C programming language, a void pointer is a pointer variable used to store the address of the variable of any data type. That means single void pointer can be used to store the address of integer variable, float variable, character variable, double variable and also any other structure variables. So void pointer is also known as a generic pointer. It is also known as a generic pointer. So here the void pointer we are creating with the type, the pointer variable we are creating with the data type as a void. So here the keyword void is used to create the void pointer. So we use the following syntax for creating the void pointer. See, void is my data type and pointer variable name, and before this we have a star to identify that it is a pointer variable. And example is a void and star ptr. And see, since you cannot have a variable of type void, the void pointer will therefore not point to any other data and thus cannot be dereferenced. One should typecast a void pointer to another kind of pointer before using it. So as we discussed the pointer variable, whatever the pointer variable that we are using and whatever the address that you want to store, that should be of same data type. The pointer variable, and in this pointer variable we are storing the address of x. So those two variables should be of same data type. But here we have a concept of void pointer, which means the pointer declaration by using a void data type. Void means empty. It is not storing any type of values. So how to convert that void pointer to integer pointer or some other character pointer? So as we discussed here, the void pointer is used to store the address of integer variable and is also used to store float, character, all other different data type variables. Addresses we can store in the void pointer. How? By using a typecasting operator. We need to typecast that void pointer into other pointers, whatever we are using it. And coming to an example, see one variable that we have created of integer type and next character variable C, and we are giving the values for that integer value and also the character value, and next void pointer we are declaring here. To this void pointer we are assigning the address of E, which means the integer address we are assigning to this void pointer. And next, address of the integer value we are printing here, that is the address will be of this one. And in order to get the value that is present inside the address, what we are doing, we are typecasting it. That means before this pointer variable, we are giving integer data type in this brackets. That means the pointer variable is converted to the integer variable. So whatever the value that is present in this pointer variable, that will be displayed in the place of this control string. And in the next statement, the address of C. The C data type is character. The character address we are assigning to the pointer variable, and the next we are printing that pointer, we are printing that address of that particular variable, and the next we are converting this pointer void pointer to the character pointer by using this typecast operator. The typecast operator is brackets, and in this brackets, to which data type you want to convert, that in that data type you need to mention. So this is the data type that we are converting, character data type, and as we are dealing with the pointers, that is the reason why we are using the star. So in the character value here is E. So generic pointer is also known as a void pointer. And here the control string, that is the format specifier for addresses, we can use %u and also the %d. %u is used for unsigned int. So as we discussed, in unsigned int, in unsigned int, only the positive values we can store. As the address will have only the positive values, that is the reason why we can store only the positive values in the unsigned int. And next is pointers in C. In C programming language, we have pointers to store the address of the variable of any type. And in C, variable can store the address of a normal variable in the programming, and also provides a pointer variable to store the address of the another pointer variable. So this is the syntax: a data type, pointer name, and before this pointer name we have 2 stars indicating that it is a pointer to pointer, which means we are also calling it as a double pointer. So for example, int is my data type, pointer name is my PTR, and in front of this pointer name we have some 2 stars. Here pointer is an integer variable that stores the address of another integer pointer variable, but does not store the normal integer variable addresses. So coming to the example, inside the main function, int is one pointer variable and this is the double pointer variable. So we'll go with an addresses. So here int a, and in this int a, consider the value, this is the 10 value, and consider it is stored in some 1000 address location. And the next one more variable that we are declaring, that is star p. So p is my pointer variable, and here the memory allocation got it, consider it as some 2000 memory address, and double pointer, that is the name of the double pointer is q, and to this some memory will get allocated, consider that is 3000 memory address. In some 3000 address, the value got, the q variable got some space to store its particular value. And next, here in the next statement we have p, we are storing the address of a. So in the p we are storing the address of a. The address of a is 1000. So 1000 will be stored in this p variable. And in the next statement we have q is equals to address of p. Address of p is 2000. So the 2000 value will be stored in the address of q. So as we discussed, the double pointer, in the double pointer we can store the address of the another pointer variable. So this q is a double pointer, and thus we are storing the address of the another pointer variable. And by using this printf statement, we are printing the p value, q value. Value of p is 1000 and value of q is 2000. And the next one is value of this star p. The star p value, in star p what we have, so the p value is 1000, and before this what we have the star before this star p. P value is 1000, and 1000 before we have a star, which means this star is used as a dereferencing operation, which means the value that is present in this address location, the value it is present is 10. So the 10 will be displayed, and in the next statement we have star q, that is, so this is the q value. In the q value what we have, 2000. So 2000. So first we are operating this So star 2000. So that means the value that is present in 2000 location. By using this star, what we'll get? We'll get the value that is present in 2000 location. The 2000 location we have a value as 1000. So 1000 will be displayed and one more star we have left. And the value that is present in this 1000 location, that is equals to 10. So the 10 value will be displayed. And this is the address location when we are executing that particular program. This is nothing but assumption. The 1000, 10,000 and 2000, we are considering those particular addresses. Next is a pointer to arrays. In C programming language, when we declare an array, the compiler allocates the required amount of memory and also creates a constant pointer with array name and stores the base address of that pointer. The address of the first element of an array is called the base address of the array. So consider what we are doing here is we are creating a pointer to access all the values that is present in the array. So pointer to a single array. So consider this is my array. So whenever take an example of this int marks. So int marks 6. So we have the size of 6. So we can store this 6 elements. And 6. And here the index starts from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As it is an array, the index starts from 0. And here we have marks and this particular, consider the address of this particular first value is 100 and the next one is 104 and the next one is 108, 1112, 116 and 120. And in this marks, in the name of the array, we'll have the base address. The base address is nothing but the first element address of an array. So the first element address of an array is 100 and this will point to this array. That address will point to that, marks will point to that particular array. So for the above declaration, compiler allocates 12 bytes of memory and the address of first memory location, that is marks of 0, is stored in the constant pointer called marks. That means in the above example, marks is a pointer to marks of 0. So one of the example program, how we can get all the array values that are present inside the array by using a single pointer. And here we are using header file and next is a main function and the next we are declaring an array n, one pointer variable and also some I. And here we have given p is equals to a. So whenever we declare a is equals to 10, so for some 10 numbers the memory will get allocated. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and so on. And coming to the address, it will be 100, 104, 108, 116, 120, 124 and so on till 10 elements. And next here we have the array name as A and in this A we have in A value we have the base address and that will point to this particular array. And next we are asking to enter the size and by using this scanf statement we are reading that size, that n value we are giving it as a 5 in this output. So n is equals to 5 and we are asking to enter the array elements and as we discussed the reading of the array elements in our previous lectures. So by using this for loop we are discussing by using this for loop we are reading all the array elements, for loop and a scanf statement inside the for loop. But instead of address of a of I, what we are using here? We are using here p plus I. So we are reading the elements and also we are printing the elements in an array by using a pointer variables. And here p we have the address. The address means the address is nothing but the value of a. See here we have p is equals to a. To this pointer variable, what the value we have? We have 100. So the a value we are assigning to this p. So p plus I. So p, the first element we are reading and where we are storing in the p plus I location. P here is 100 plus and here the I value is equals to 0. 100 plus 0 will be is equals to 100. So in this particular 100 location, my first value that is stored here, I have given the values as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So one value will be stored. In the next I value will get incremented, I will be equals to 1. So next value will be stored in p plus I, that is 100 plus 1. So if we are adding any integer to this address, so in P what we have an address. If we are adding any integer, we need to multiply it with the size of the data type. The size of the int is 4. So here 100 plus 4 is equals to 104. So the next value will be stored in 104 address location. And next is I is equals to 2. And where we are storing P plus I, that is 100 plus 2. Same concept. To this constant, to this 2, we need to multiply with size of the data type, that is 100 plus 8 will be 108. So the next value will be stored here, and next value will be stored in 16 address, and next value will be stored in 120 address. And here the loop will get terminated and we are coming out of the loop. And the next we are printing those values by using this printf statement, those star p plus I, which means the p plus I is initially I will be equals to 0, and before this p plus I we have a star over here. So star means it's a dereferencing operator, and that by using that we'll get the value that is present in the 100 location. 100 location we have the value as 1, and next is I equals to 1, and next is star p plus I, that is star of p plus 1. So as usual, if you are adding any integer value to the address, we need to multiply that integer value with the size of the data type. Size of the data type is 4. So we'll get the answer as 104, and before this 104 we have a star. So the next value is 2 will get printed, and next same as we have a star, and star of 108, the value that is present in 108 address is 3, 4 and 5 and so on. So after 5, the for loop will get terminated and we are coming out of the loop. Thank you.